Just imagine one fleeting moment and all the breath comes to a stillness in your throat, as all the world's deceiving glories are encaptured into one final trumpet note. In one mighty roar, all life collapses, freezes, and the heaven and earth disappear. Everything you've done and only planned to do will now never reappear. You panicking realize that this is the moment you come face to face with the one you dedicated your whole life to, and the pounding in your heart, it is nothing compared to the hoofbeats approaching you. Your mind is racing, your heartbeat freezing as it's all finally coming true. The day has come, your life is gone, done. But remember, child, you knew. All the warnings, all the promises, they had been prophetically said. So what happens now as you realize you never really believed what you read? Only now do you realize that you treated life your personal lukewarm game, and though you should be rejoicing like Adam and Eve, you're only thinking to hide your naked shame. You'll cower to stand before the one who breathed life into meaningless dust, and the talent he had given you, you now dig it up all stained in your cowardly mistrust. You loved your life, and you went through it ungrateful, unholy, and proud. You couldn't even see that your so-called faith was defined by the words of any winning crowd. Deep down you knew that while you carried the form of godliness, its power over and over you denied. The Spirit called you to speak, but you held to your fear and you clung to your pride. When you proclaimed, "I'm spiritual but not religious," did you even tell those two apart? Truly admit, were you running from religion or the battle that raged between your flesh and heart? The hoofbeats are fading. Your chance is right before you. Step from behind your mask. Why are you still pretending? Please, forget to hide behind what people might think and ask. Oh, right. You declared faith, but the fact that it was never alive, you were too scared to admit. Yes, you had gone to church, but to truly serve him, you were never quite ready to commit. You cared more about people and what they thought than how many times he knocked and called. Will you understand it now that in their own fears, each person had been enthralled? You accepted overthinking as a cruel companion, too terrified to be seen. And now as heaven's gates are closing, you must know His grace, it can no longer intervene. So why? Why let fear and masks accompany and even define what we say? For I'm guaranteeing there will be nothing more embarrassing than a false identity on that day. I'm pleading on that final day that you are not the soul that's hiding from his loving face. Instead, you'll be reaching for him desperately, pushing past the crowd, clinging to his gift of grace. So clutch those garments, call upon his name now and not on that day. Jesus, I'm right here, your faithful servant, weeping, breaking, anything to find your way. So when that trumpet sounds and you look into familiar eyes, you'll not only see the one you knew, but you'll recognize the voice that spoke thunderously louder over devil's taunting reach for you. Start now. Stop imagining. For before you know it, to his throne you'll stand and wait. And those concluding, frightening words, "I never knew you," will forever seal your fate. Near the end, not only Satan will masquerade as light, but many of us will too. And I'm pleading, don't wait for that final moment to realize that one of those people is you.